Jumping the Nail is a 1991 young adult novel by Eve Bunting, a Northern Ireland-born author with over 250 books to her name, primarily for children and young adults. Bunting is recognized as one of the top 100 authors by the Educational Paperback Association. Jumping the Nail is a bildungsroman that follows Drew, a young woman caught in an unusual situation involving a daring cliff dive. Drew lives in La Paloma, California, with her middle-class parents who rent their home. Despite this, she excels in high school and earns a scholarship to Northwestern University. However, Drew often feels self-conscious about her family's lack of wealth, especially as she starts dating Mike, a popular, attractive, and wealthy boy. This relationship introduces her to a new, glamorous world of wealthy, fashionable, upper-class students who previously ignored her. As Drew navigates her new social circle, she learns that Mike's friend, Scooter, plans to jump off the Nail, a steep ocean cliff that hasn't been jumped in 10 years. The last person to take the leap ended up in a wheelchair after a dangerous fall. When Drew and Mike go to watch the jump, they discover that Scooter has convinced his mentally ill girlfriend, Elisa, to jump with him. Drew, aware of Elisa's struggles with depression, worries whether Elisa is mentally prepared for such a risky stunt. Despite Drew and Mike's efforts to dissuade them, Scooter and Elisa jump anyway. Fortunately, neither is physically hurt, but when they surface from the water, Elisa is visibly shaken and refuses to speak. Drew stays with Elisa at her house, where Elisa eventually opens up about what she saw under the water, a drowned girl in a car who asked her to stay with her beneath the surface. Elisa's condition worsens, and when Scooter arrives, he pressures Elisa to attend a party with him. Though Elisa clearly doesn't want to go, she reluctantly agrees. Despite Elisa's reaction to the jump, her decision to leap off the Nail with Scooter sets off a trend among other thrill-seeking youths in their circle. The idea of jumping becomes a topic of conversation, with twin brothers Grant and Tom deciding to jump the Nail in an attempt to impress Tom's girlfriend, Diane. They plan their jump for the nighttime, but afterward, Tom is injured and requires stitches in his head. Alarmed by the growing trend, Drew and Mike decide they should report it to the authorities, though they delay taking action. As Drew and Mike's relationship deepens, Mike asks her to move with him to California. Surprisingly, Drew's mother supports the idea, knowing how wealthy Mike's family is and believing he could provide for Drew. She encourages Drew to stay with him in California, but doing so would mean giving up her scholarship to Northwestern University. Drew finds herself torn between her love for Mike and her desire for an education, unsure if she can have both. Meanwhile, Elisa has gone missing, causing concern among their friends. Drew and Mike search for her, only to discover a set of tire tracks leading off the cliff. They alert the authorities, and it is confirmed that Elisa drove off the Nail. Divers are sent to retrieve her body, but they are unable to remove it from the car. Elisa, it seems, has gone to join the drowned girl she saw in her vision, a manifestation of her depression and unhappiness in her relationship. Elisa's death profoundly impacts Drew. After much reflection, Drew realizes that, despite her love for Mike, she cannot sacrifice her education for him. She decides to attend Northwestern University in the fall after all. She tells Mike that she loves him, but reassures him that she isn't leaving him forever. She often thinks of Elisa, feeling sorrow for the life that ended far too soon. Jumping the Nail is a rare and insightful exploration of adolescent recklessness, focusing on the dangers of peer-driven trends rather than substance abuse or troubled upbringings. The novel highlights how these dangerous fads are often driven by a desire to impress others. At its heart, it portrays Drew's coming-of-age story in the wake of tragedy, as she processes the loss of her friend Elisa. Additionally, the book explores the theme of depression and the exploitation of the mentally ill by those around them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.